So the story goes, there was an African farmer, and he heard about all these farms that people were finding diamonds. And so this man said, look, I'm selling my farm. He practically gave his farm away, and he traveled all over Africa to try to find and buy a farm that had acres of diamonds in them. He got so despondent he couldn't find anything, so he got so upset he drowned himself. Now, the person who bought his farm happened to be going out one day and saw a rough stone. It turned out to be a diamond. That particular farm happened to be one of the biggest diamond mines in Africa. The story goes about acres of diamonds. What happened was, here's a person who was living on acres of diamonds, never knew it, searched all over the place. Now, what does that have to do with this show today? Well, today I'm at the Visit Luzerne County at the old train station, and we're starting a series called Visit Luzerne County. And there are so many acres of diamonds that we have in this county that it's amazing when we begin to talk about the different things that we have available to us. Joining me today is Alan Stout, who is the Executive Director, no stranger to those who have been watching us on ISSP TV. Alan, first of all, congratulations on your appointment here.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Appreciate it. I've been here almost 3 years now, and I think I finally figured out what I'm doing.
Okay. I tell this story about this farmer. I remember Earl Nightingale. If you remember Earl Nightingale,
yeah.
Every day I would listen to him. He's a great motivation. And I was telling my son today coming down, it's so much common sense that we sometimes we don't have. And you know, this particular show that we want to start, we're talking about the great things that are in Luzerne County, okay? But first, let's talk about you. Your position, what do you do?
Well, I'm the executive director. We have a staff of 4 people, myself, and our job really is to promote Luzerne County as, we're a destination marketing organization. So our job is to promote Luzerne County as a great place to visit and come and see our attractions. And so I work with our staff. That includes our Director of Sales and Marketing, our Membership and Marketing Coordinator, our Office Coordinator, and our part-time Office Coordinator. And so the 4 of us, myself included, I guess the 5 of us, our mission as a team is to advocate for all that is great and positive and fun here in Luzerne County and northeastern Pennsylvania. And so we have a nice job. It's a great opportunity. It's a great position to be in, to come into your job every day and celebrate all the things that you have loved and enjoyed your whole life. And obviously, from a marketing standpoint, you know, we do some marketing here in northeastern Pennsylvania. When we moved into this historic building 2.5 years ago, I think it increased our presence in the community. You know, we were on Public Square for a long time, but being in this historical landmark certainly helped raise awareness of what we do. And so we sort of coordinated that with some marketing here in the county. We wanted people to know you have a visitors bureau. Mm-hmm. There's a place where you could tell your family and friends, college students coming into town, there's a place for you to go, there's a resource for you. And so we've done some of that, but most of the marketing that we do is outside of Luzerne County because we want people to come here.
This particular place we're at right now, there's a whole history involved here. So just to give our viewers an opportunity to tell them what this place is all about, some of the things that we'll be looking at.
This building is absolutely one of the crown jewels of Luzerne County. It was built in 1868. It was the Central Railroad of New Jersey train station for about 104 years. There were times when some of the finest passenger cars, luxury cars, would be transporting people in and out of this building going to New York, going to Philadelphia, even running up to Scranton. You know, if these walls could talk, I can't imagine all of the hugs that took place, you know, at this building, all the tears that were shed.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know, men and women leaving for war, returning from war. And people just going on fun trips, you know, and so that's a great part of the history of the train station. It closed in 1972, and it sat vacant through most of the 70s. And then around 1980, it was remodeled magnificently and became the station, which a lot of people do remember well. And that was a beautiful nightclub, bar, restaurant, hotel.
Yes.
And so many people that come into our building have memories of that. You know, we've had people literally come in and say, I met my wife here.
Is that
and they'll
right?
point to the exact spot in the
Wow.
room. I met my husband here.
Wow.
I saw this band here, right? Artists that are now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Wow.
you know, performing here at the club. And so that had a great run. You know, eventually it became Market Street Square in the 90s. And that had a run of probably about 20, 25 years, where a lot of people just came here and had a good time. Mm-hmm. Then it fell into disrepair again. And, you know, from about 2005 to 2021, it sat vacant and it became run down again. And it was real close to not making it. Mm. And fortunately, an agreement was reached, and the county agreed to put the Visitors Bureau in here with the developer, and a beautiful restoration was stored. A beautiful restoration occurred, and people have just been thrilled. I honestly feel, and I think our whole staff can tell you this, that when people come in, they were rooting for this building. Everybody wanted this building to be restored. No one wanted to see it go.
Sure.
It's just it's a neat looking structure architecturally. Yeah. It's unique, and people have memories here. And it's on the Wilkes-Barre Boulevard. You know, thousands of people drive by it every single day, and so for us to come in here, and I tell our staff all the time, I said our job is to promote attractions in the county. By moving into the train station, not only can we do that, but we are one. People come in just to see our building. It's not just a regular office. You know, we've had train buffs travel from hours away just to come in and see, you know, the Central Railroad of New Jersey restored.
And when they come in to see here, we're going to give you a little, just a little peek of some of the things you'll see. So just start telling them some of the things they'll see here.
The first thing you do when you come into our lobby is you'll see an incredible amount of literature and information, pamphlets on everything to see and do in Luzerne County in northeastern Pennsylvania, ranging from our trails to our sports teams, to historical attractions, to places to hotel. I'm looking at the shelves right now. You know, whitewater rafting. You know, the trolleys, the coal mines, Eckley's Miners Village. So all of that literature is here, including our visitor's guide, which is something we're really proud of. We work on this every year, and this is basically an all-encompassing guide to all the major attractions and some of the smaller attractions that might be a little bit more under the radar that you could find here in Luzerne County. We've decorated our lobby with a combination of history and a nod to the past, because we're really proud to be in the train station. And so when we were moving in, what we really wanted to do was have a little bit of a homage to that, but yet also make it clear we're not a museum. That This is not a place where you come to look at old stuff. Yeah. This is a place where you come to learn about new stuff and stuff that's happening today. And so our lobby is decorated with posters of people kayaking down the Susquehanna, or Mohegan, Pennsylvania, or the F.M. Kirby Center, or Mohegan, Pennsylvania Arena, or some of our historical attractions, or our Rock in the River shows, or Eckley. That's what you'll see. All of our colleges are represented with all their logos. There's 5 colleges here in the county. And so it's a great sort of combination of some incredible pictures of the train station going back over 100 years.
Oh, that picture I'm looking at is fabulous with the train there. That's
yeah. I mean, if you look at
and we're in the building, right? Right.
That's
there.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those locomotives were parked right outside these doors.
That's right.
And they did that for well over 100 years. That tells you how tough this building is too, because think about that. I mean, not only did these enormous trains come pulling up to it every day, so it survived all that rattling for 100 years.
Yeah.
It went through Agnes. We have pictures of it underwater, in our book that we have some pictures. And so, it closed. The train station closed. The nightclub closed. This girl's tough. This building. And so we love her.
Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore, do they?
No, it's all brick. And the things that survived the renovations 3 years ago were pretty much the stuff that was built in 1868. We have a collage, a poster of every quality picture we could find of the train station from back in the train days. We also have a picture of Wilkes-Barre Boulevard, and this is only from maybe 1972, 71, of trains on that side of the building. Everything in our parking lot all the way over to Pennsylvania Avenue was a rail yard. The Lehigh train station was right across the parking lot. There were 3 or 4 train stations right here within a block of each other. But even Wilkes-Barre Boulevard didn't exist until, I guess, based on the photos we've had, the late 70s, because we have pictures from the early 70s of trains on this side of the building as well. It's fascinating.
When I opened, we talked about acres of diamonds, and we have them right here in Luzerne County. I mean, from all the counties. So it's not only the southern, the northern, but there's so many things happening or take place in Luzerne County. Am I correct in saying that?
Absolutely. I mean, we have a website with an events calendar, and you click on any single day of the week, of the month, and you're going to find a great selection of choices of things to do. And of course, there's the big things. Of course, we've got, the Penguins games, who are, the minor league affiliate of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So some of the greatest, and that level is those guys get called up and down all the time. And so they are really some of the best young hockey players in the world, yes, right here, yep, for the entire season. Of course, just up over the county line, we have the AAA affiliate of the Yankees with the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. We have world-class entertainment coming into the arena and the Kirby Center almost on a weekly basis. National things that, iconic things. Ringling Brothers was just here for a couple of days. Globetrotters were just here for a couple of days. This is all going on constantly right here in Luzerne County.
And if you want to know what's going on in Luzerne County, you go to their website. The interesting thing is that I'm learning so much as I do the Schuylkill report, and we learn about so many things that was happening in Schuylkill County. And then when we talked about Luzerne County, as a native here, been here for many, many years, I was surprised, when you told me all of the interesting things that people can do in this county. And it is a destination point. There are people that from Philadelphia, Allentown, that if they want to come to this county, there is so much to do, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, Ricketts Glen State Park is probably our #1 attraction in the county. I mean, they did a poll a few years ago and that came in as #1. I've personally been out there, and I take notice of these things probably because of what we do for a living here, but you'll see 70% of the cars in the parking lot are from out of state. And so there are people coming from all over the Northeast to walk our trails and enjoy our outdoors, as well as all the other things I just talked about, the live entertainment, the sports, kayaking.
You brought something up that I was surprised to hear, that this is $1 billion business.
Yes, tourism is $1 billion a year industry in Luzerne County, and there's a lot of things that happen that might be a little bit more under the radar that contribute to that. Obviously, if you've got sold out concerts at the arena and the Kirby, there are people coming into town. They're going to stay overnight. Mm-hmm. They might be coming a couple of hours to see their all-time favorite musical artists. Those teams stay here from those professional teams too. We have conventions that come into town. The Jehovah's Witness convention comes to the arena every summer. Thousands of people quietly going about their business, but Meanwhile, they're staying in our hotels and they're eating in our restaurants.
Yeah.
The Keystone State Games, hundreds of athletes every summer coming in, staying in our hotels, staying in our restaurants. So when you talk about tourism and you talk about that number, that's what it is. It's these people coming into our hotels, staying overnight, and enjoying our restaurants and our attractions and all that we have to offer, and putting those dollars into our economy. And so there's a lot of components to it, but it's constant. It's this constant influx of people coming into the community.
What should our viewers look for in the upcoming shows?
We're going to be talking about some of the great projects that we've taken on as a Visitors Bureau over the past year or two. We developed a Luzerne County beer trail for people that are connoisseurs of craft beers. So we put together a list where you could, an actual pamphlet where you could go out on the trail. We recently launched the Luzerne County Pizza Trail. That was right after Christmas. We launched that. And that's even easier because that's all digital. You could do that right on your phone and get points and check in. And there's over 60 pizzerias on the trail. We've had over 2,000 people on the trail participating, just going out, trying all the great pizzas. Everybody, I think, associates great pizza, and rightly so, with Old Forge. You know, to our friends in Lackawanna County, some of the greatest pizza in the world there. But we all know that that's only one road in one town.
Yeah.
There's fantastic pizzerias all over northeastern Pennsylvania.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And they're all unique, and they all have their own recipes, and sometimes they're just in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so we brought them all together on one trail, one stop, where you could check in, visit them all, and acquire points and prizes as you do so.
Good.
The ice cream trail is something that we launched last summer. Sort of a soft launch, no pun intended, with the ice cream.
Yeah.
But we're going to revisit that soon, and that's going to have a digital component as well. So we'll be talking about Rockin' the River
Yes.
in Wilkes-Barre, Rockin' the Mountain in Hazleton.
Yep.
Lots of stuff to talk about in the coming months.
And you know, Mr. Peanut was born here?
Mr. Peanut was.
Mr. Peanut was born here.
The amazing thing about Mr. Peanut is that it was founded in Wilkes-Barre. And there's an amazing story behind it that our friends at the Luzerne County Historical Society could tell better than I. But long story short, someone got off the wrong train. The founder of Mr. Peanut, as a young boy, was supposed to get off somewhere else.
Yeah.
And he got off in Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah.
And he wound up becoming an apprentice to this man who had a shop on Public Square. He got the idea that peanuts would bring people into the store, and Mr. Peanuts was born.
There you go.
So, and it may have happened right here at our own train station.
You
We're not
never
sure
know.
what train station it was.
Folks, if you just tuned in, we're doing a series called Visit Luzerne County. Alan Stout is the executive director here. Old train station, a lot of history, very interesting stuff. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back after this. I'm talking to Alan Stout. We're starting a series just highlighting the many things that are happening in Luzerne County. You gave a beautiful history of all the things that are happening here at the train station, but each season there are things to do. So people cannot, sometimes the summer comes, this summer's here, the spring's here, then they maybe get a little depressed when the fall comes or the winter comes.
Sure.
But tell us why we shouldn't be getting, depressed whatever season.
Well, I mean, summer's coming up, so obviously it's people get outside, and so the trails are going to be real busy, and all the outdoor attractions. And Riverfest will be happening, where people will get on kayaks down the Susquehanna, and I've done that a few times. It's a fantastic experience. Music, the Rockin' the River series will be happening in July at River Common, and for the first time, the Rockin' the Mountain series will be happening at City View Park in Hazleton. And our office oversees all the shows in Wilkes-Barre. We organize those events, and we partnered with the City of Hazleton on presenting the shows at City View Park. Briggs Farm Blues Festival, a major event that happens every year in southern Luzerne County in Nescopeck. incredible event, bringing some of the greatest blues artists in the world. Kenny Wayne Shepherd headlined a few years ago. That's something that I know a lot of people, they consider that their favorite weekend of the entire year. And that's happening right here in Luzerne County. And of course, you get out to the ballpark. I should mention too, Sam, that when, we understand that when someone comes in to visit a region, they don't care about a line on the road that says you're passing a certain county. They want to find stuff to do within a half hour or so. And so we have a great relationship with our friends at the Lackawanna County Visitors Bureau. If somebody comes, and we have their information here too, and they have ours at their office. If someone comes in and they want information on coal mining history, we could send them to Eckley, which is in Luzerne County.
Yes.
But if they, well, where can I go down into a mine? Oh, well, you can do that in Scranton at the Lackawanna Coal Mining Tour. Mm-hmm. You could see some of the gear that the miners used at, the Anthracite Museum. And so we want people to have a great experience, not only in Luzerne County, but in northeastern Pennsylvania in general. And so, leading to your question, there'll be concerts at Montage in the summer, in music. The city of Pittston is starting a concert series. They're going to have some live music outside. Mm-hmm. You've got your festivals with food. You've got your pierogi festival, your kielbasi festival, your tomato festival. All this happens in the summertime. And then you get into the fall, and we get into the foliage. And we actually have a foliage trail on our website where people can go out, and we'll let you know when the leaves are turning and when the best viewage is and some of the great roads to go on.
Wow. Now what about wintertime?
Wintertime, I think that's in Luzerne County particularly, because we don't have the ski slope here. That's to our friends to the north a little bit. It's a great time to get indoors. And, we look at, they do have Winterfest at River Common, which is a great event. But you will notice, and this is by design, that our concert venues and so forth get much busier because they know people are out in the summer and they're vacationing and so forth. And so you'll see more shows at the Kirby. You'll see more shows at the arena. And, of course, the Penguins come into town.
And, we're going to stress a little bit more on like the Kirby Center, Mohegan Sun, and the value they bring.
That's year-round.
Yeah.
The casino is year-round. I mean, people go there, party on the patio, talk about more music and this every single Thursday for like
well, you were
15 weeks.
You were very involved with that, weren't you, at one time?
Well, I also do a show on 105 The River where we celebrate local musicians every Sunday night.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
I still do that.
Oh, yes.
And we have a great relationship with Party on the Patio, of course.
Yeah. It's there's so many things that people could enjoy in our own county, and like I said, doing the Schuylkill Report, and as we learn about so much what's happening in Schuylkill County, and Luzerne County, and Lackawanna County, we've been blessed in this area, and the people are nice people, I think that's what I hear mostly, when I'm doing interviews with different people, they say about how nice the people are in northeastern Pennsylvania. I'm sure you found that.
Yeah, that goes back for generations now. This valley in this area, Wyoming Valley got the nickname the Valley with a Heart.
Yeah.
Decades ago. I guess after Agnes, when everybody pulled together and helped each other put their lives back together. In addition to coming here to visit, we do feel this is a great place to live, raise a family, open a business. Yeah. And so, we work with that too. And we actually have realtors that come in and bring in potential buyers.
Yep.
And they have our visitors guides in their office. Because if someone's looking to relocate for a job and they're like, well, all right, I like the house, but what else is there to do up there?
Exactly.
Come to the Visitors Bureau.
There's so much. So, Alan, I can't believe we've been here for 3 years already.
Yeah, flew by.
Yes, it's like we just started a couple months ago, but congratulations to you again. You're doing a fabulous job here, and your staff is so welcoming, and they're always upbeat, and I really appreciate that.
We have a great staff here, people very dedicated, love what they do. When you come in, you will be greeted with a smile. We all have our own interests too, which is great. If someone's interested in the trails, there might be someone here that's or music, history, And so, it's a good team.
Well, I'm looking forward to more of these episodes. It's called Visit Luzerne County, my friends. 24/7, ssptv.com, Channel 92 every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 11 in the Wilkes-Barre, Mountaintop, Kingston area, and in Greater Hazleton area. We're 24/7 on Channel 13 and 513. And in Pottsville area, Comcast 190 every night from 7 to 11 p.m. Looking forward to the next month and seeing what Alan has to present to us. We'll see you next time.